Modern Gardener. I'm Ashley Swansong. Did you buy a grow light to grow your own starts at home, but you're not 100% sure if you're using it correctly? Well, you're not alone. I'm using a grow light for the first time and I had some questions, so I reached out to Cody, owner of Moonlight Garden Supply where I bought my light, for some answers from a growing expert, and I want to share what I learned with you here.
We are local guys here from Salt Lake and from Utah and love what we do. So we do hydroponics and organic gardening.
Very cool. So my first question is, how far above the trays should you position your grow light?
If you're using that traditional T5 fluorescent, which is kind of a standard for the seedling and starts, that guy you could do about 6 to 8 inches, up to 12, but 6 to 8 would be ideal. Reason being is so they don't stretch and are reaching for that light. LED wise is going to be a little different. They put out a little bit more intense light. So on something like that, it depends on the wattage that your light's actually pushing, but typically about 12 to 30 inches.
Okay, all right. When should you turn on your light? Like, do you turn them on as soon as you put the seeds in the soil, or do you wait to turn it on until they pop out of the soil?
You know, you usually want to wait just till they pop out of the soil, and then you'll want to get them plenty of light right from the start. That avoids that legginess and them kind of being, not strong enough to hold themselves up. So, okay. Yeah, right. See that first seedling sprout, get some light over it, and they'll start going.
So that's good to know that you can just wait until they've germinated and...
Yep, for sure.
Okay, and then how often should you turn your light on? Is there best practices for that?
You can kind of follow the seasons a little bit, but also if you're indoors, a lot of times you don't get that light. So they recommend 16 hours and up to 18. Timers are great for that, so that you're not having to get up and do anything,
Oh, wow. Okay, that's really good to know, because I actually was not doing that. I was just following daylight and just turning my light on at, when I wake up about 7 in the morning, and then turning it off around sunset. So that's good to know that I should be doing it longer.
Yeah, for sure. And what you're doing is great, but if you want to really maximize your vegetative growth, if you push it up to 16, you should see definitely some more growing.
Great advice. And then do you recommend rotating your trays at all, or?
Yeah, it kind of depends on what your setup is. So if I have a setup that maybe part of it's just out of the light, or maybe it's not fully under it, I would probably recommend every couple days rotating.
Okay.
If I have light that covers everything and it's not, the bulbs are right above it, you're probably all right. But...
Okay. If you have a plant that seems to be getting too big for the grow tray, before the last frost, do you recommend transplanting it and then just keeping it under the light?
Yeah, so if I was in the little plugs, any starter plugs or even soil plugs or anything like that, I would probably throw it into either a solo cup or a little 1-gallon pot and just kind of keep it going. If I was already in the pot and I needed to transplant up, if it was within a week or so, I'd probably just leave it and kind of watch it. I might have to water a little extra, but it's only a week. If it was more than that week, I'd probably up pot it and get it into something a little bigger just to not shock it and keep it healthy and going.
Okay, cool. I've been told by some gardening expert friends that the last frost is usually right around Mother's Day, which is May 10th. But then just to keep an eye on, transplanting, because we could always have a surprise frost or...
Yeah, great advice for sure. Mother's Day is kind of what I shoot for as well. I've tried to get in the ground earlier a few times, and it seems like I'm always having to cover them a couple of times or different things. So.
Okay, good to know. And then for followers and viewers out there that don't have a store like Moonlight Garden Supply around, what are some alternatives they can go towards for getting grow lights?
There is a lot of things from home that you can do as far as,
Okay.
You gotta have to at least plant specific bulbs. The main thing you're gonna look for is that 6500K spectrum and just that it's a good plant bulb. So
okay.
As long as those parameters, you can at least get some things growing indoors and, even just the lamp lights that you screw the bulbs into, something like that. If you have the right bulb, would be perfect. So
okay, so 65 Kelvin, right? So it's closer to daylight temperature. Is that what you're saying?
Yep, you got it. So
okay.
That's just kind of that vegetative growth, and if you're going to do, your flower cycle, you just want to get some other lights that kind of mimic that warmer spectrum. So
awesome, Cody. Thank you so much for your time and expertise. This has been really helpful.
We really want to help people provide, their own food and means to do their own things. So reach out with any questions or anything.
Okay, that's great. I've placed my growing tray behind me because I'm super proud of my starts. They're doing really well, and I'm pretty sure it's because I followed Cody's advice. If you want to learn more, check out our blog, and if you're using a grow light, let us know how it's going or any cool techniques you've learned in the comments below. We love hearing from our followers. Be sure to follow Modern Gardener on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Happy gardening!